Hi friends, good morning. Welcome to your barre class. This is gonna be a fun one. This class was a favorite of my studio crew this week, so I'm excited to film it for you. Equipment today, let's talk about equipment really quick. I'm going to be using a power ring just for one series, so if you don't have a ring, don't worry, your dumbbells will be just fine. I don't want you guys to feel like you have to go out and get special equipment. So dumbbells will be fine, but if you do have a power ring at home, it's a fun opportunity to use that for class today. And then a set of light weights. I'm using 3-pound weights. So I've got 6 pounds total with my dumbbells, and then a Pilates mini ball as well. All right, as soon as you have your equipment, your water, and you're ready to warm up, you can press play on this video. Let's begin with feet straight down from the hips in parallel, and then we raise one heel. We're going to alternate heel raises without changing our head height here. So try to use lower body to absorb all of that movement. And I want you to focus here on keeping your knees tracking straight out from your hip sockets. Sometimes knees want to go here, kind of splaying out. I want you to use your inner thighs to keep them tracking straight ahead. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring heels down. We're going to raise and lower the heels together. Think about pressing all 10 toes evenly into the floor. So big toes, pinky toes, tiny bend in the knees. And then as we do these raises, I want you to also focus on your breathing here. We have this 360 breathing going. So think about your ribs expanding in all directions. For 4, 3, giving you lots of assignments today. 2, and 1. Let's walk our feet wider than hips. We're going to alternate toe taps. Extending the leg as far out to the side as you can. So we're finding some energy out through the toes. We're getting a nice straight leg. And we're tapping just that big toe. So that means our knee points straight ahead. I like to give a little bit of internal rotation. So I like to think I'm lifting my pinky toe, kind of feels good on the hips. And then let's add arm reach. Now we're finding energy straight up to the ceiling with the arm as we continue taking the leg as far out to the side as we can. Here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take the arm across the chest without any rotation in the torso. So my chest is staying pointed straight ahead, taking the hand and the foot in opposite directions. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go up 4, 3, 2, 1. Across for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go up 2, across for 2, up for 2, across for 2, and then last time up 2, last time taking it across, and then from here we're going to find our natural turnout. So we're going to externally rotate the femur in the hip socket, knees and toes point out, and then a fairly wide stance here. Keep your tailbone pointed down as we bend the knees. It's always a good idea to check, see if your stance is wide enough. If your knees are overextending your toes, you might want to take your feet out a little bit wider to protect the knees. And we want to keep our chest up here so we're not leaning forward or sticking our butt out. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. So I'm sliding down a wall. We want to avoid this, okay? So maybe that means you can't get down as far, but I would rather have you focus on keeping that chest up. Good, 2 more, please. Here's our last one. We're gonna hold it low and then just a little tiny lift with the hips. Arms are reaching out, shoulders relaxed and down, and ribs pulling in here. Always throughout class, try to avoid letting ribs splay out. We wanna keep the ribs pulling in, abdominals wrapping, and then pulling up from the bottom. Good. Let's circle the arms back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's reverse the circles, keep the pulses going. Try to keep your thighs pressing back. You're gonna keep circling your arms like your inner thigh is wrapping around so your knees don't go here, okay? Try to keep them wide for 3, 2, and 1. Let's hold it here. We're going to round the spine, do a little hug, and then long spine, chest up. On the hug right here, I always think of a cat stretch, like from cat and cow. So you're really rounding your shoulders. Belly pulls in. 2 more. Good, last one. And then we're going to rise up. Let's turn our feet back to parallel, and then we're gonna fold it forward with a flat back. So fingers walking out in front of your shoulders slightly, and then we're gonna lift our right heel and shift your weight to the right, replace the heel, lift opposite. So a little bit of an inner thigh stretch here. We're just lifting the heel, taking the hips in that direction. Try to keep your shoulders relaxed and away from your ears for 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna bring the hips up to center, little bend in the knees, and then we're gonna just bend and extend one knee at a time. See, my hips are kind of going side to side, just loosening up the lower back for 4, 3, 2, last one, both heels down, little bend in the knee, and then we're gonna slowly roll up. So you're gonna just gently tuck your tailbone under, roll up low back, mid back, upper back, shoulder rolls back for 3, 2, and 1. All right, friends, you can heel toe your feet in. We're gonna begin at our bar today. So first thing we're gonna do, let's use our ball. We're gonna do some legs. Feet are going to be in parallel, and you have an opportunity to balance for this whole series if you like to, but I always like to have my bar there just in case. So feet straight down from the hips, and then make sure your big toes are pressing into the floor. That's gonna keep your ball from pushing you out onto the edges of your feet. So feet press into the floor, lower belly pulls up and in. And then we're going to begin arm at our side, nice relaxed fingers. We're going to just raise the heels and then press the heels into the floor as we lower the arm. So focusing on that downward phase right here. For 4, 3, 2, last one, let's add on. So we're gonna take our butt back and down like we're sitting in a chair, and then lift the heels. Try to keep chest up, eyes up on your squat. Good, weight in the heels here, and then we take the heels away for 4, 3, make sure you're taking your hips back so your knees are staying behind your toes. 2, last one. We're gonna come back down to our squat, and then from here, we're gonna just sweep the arm behind us and then straight out from the chest. Back and up. While you're here, see if you can wiggle your toes. I just wiggled my fingers. You can wiggle both. Good, so we're wiggling our toes. We have our weight in our heels. We have a nice squeeze on that ball. Lower belly pulls up and in. Sweep the arm for 4. Keep chest up, 3, 2. Last one, we're gonna keep our arm out. Let's do a little pulse down for 3, 2, 1. Lift the heels. 3, 2, 1. Lift the heels. Heel raise is optional. If that's not feeling good for you, you can just come up to standing, keeping your heels on the floor. Up. 3, 2, 1. Up. 4 more, please. Here's 3, 2, very last one, 3, 2, 1, take it up. We're coming back down to our squat, and then let's place our ball on our leg closest to the bar with your outside arm. So your arm is across your body, but your chest is staying straight ahead. So make sure you're not twisting. And then I want you to press the ball, lift your outside heel. It's a magic button. Every time you press the ball, your heel pops up. We're staying low in our squat. 4, 3, 2, last one. Let's take the heel back up, hold the press on the ball, and then we're gonna just step our leg back. Keep a bend in your knee, so it's not a big step. And then we're gonna press our thigh open, external rotation, and in. Back, open, in. Being really careful that we're not allowing our hips to move. Looks like this. Okay, I want you to keep your hips pointed straight ahead. Keep your shoulders relaxed. And if you're not liking the ball here, you can get rid of it and just put your hand on the hip. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Let's step it back out. So we have that little bend in our knee, and then I want you to step back even farther. Straight leg, bent leg, back, in. You can be balancing the entire time if you want. The ball's adding a little bit of extra pressure, extra downforce on our standing leg. You can always get rid of that if it's not feeling right for you. You have 4, 3, 2, last one, and then let's take the leg back to straight. From here, we're gonna keep our thigh really still. We're gonna just pick up the lower half of our leg for a hamstring curl. Try to keep your big toe in line with spine so your leg's not going out to the side for 4, 3, 2, last one, and then we're gonna pick the leg back up, hamstring curl, flex your foot, little press back, and then press on the ball. Like you're trying to stamp a footprint on the wall behind you. So it's not a lift, we're just taking the leg a tiny bit straighter for 4, 3, 2, 1, and come up. Good job. So you can take your inside foot on your leg, just sit it back for a figure 4 stretch. And then when you're ready, come on up. We're going to add 1 weight and place our ball on the floor. Heels are gonna be together, and then a small V between the toes. Palm points out, and then roll your shoulders back and down. So we're not allowing our shoulders to go rolling forward with the weight. And then let's bend the knees. We're gonna take our weight up to the side. Thumbs up here. So you're gonna keep your palm pointed out in front of you for 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna add on. So we're gonna take it down and then lift the outside leg and the arm. Land, knees bend, rise. My standing leg gets almost straight as I lift my foot right here, but we want to really be careful that we're not locking the knee joint with the ball under our foot. It's a good way to get injured. So keep a little bend at all times. You can take it just a little bit straighter, but just being mindful of protecting the knee. Let's do 4, 3, here's 2, you got this. Last one, we're gonna hold our passe. From here, keep your hips level. We're gonna do a tiny side body crunch. Land first, knees bend. Up, crunch, passe first. Good, so you'll probably feel mostly lats and side abs here as you lift. I want you to avoid this, okay? See how my hip lifted? Keep it really small. Let's do 2 more. Good, last one. Take it back down, and then palm is gonna point down at the floor. We're gonna take our weight in front of our shoulder and side. Nothing else moving, especially shoulders are gonna stay really still. I see this a lot sometimes in class, so I want you to avoid that. Keep everything really still. Let's add on. We're gonna take the arm down, we're gonna rise, squeeze the legs together, lower side. And if you feel like you're using momentum to swing that weight, I want you to set the weight down. Just do body weight. These are so hard, keeping this arm out at that long lever for so long. So if you need to sit your weight down, please do. 2 more. Last one. Let's hold it side. We're gonna do a little circle back with the arm and then just a little pulse with the legs. Pulse in circles, shoulders relax. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. Good work, friends. We are going to switch sides. So bar's gonna go over to the other side. We're gonna come back to our ball between our inner thighs. Really press your big toe side of your feet into the floor. Think pulling up with lower abs, pelvic floor, and then think about your abdominals wrapping around, shoulders down. Arm down at your side. Let's raise the heels, reach overhead. And then we're really pressing our heels into the floor. I want you to focus on that downward face today. You'll probably feel calf muscles and then all the way up into the glutes as you press down. 4. Hits a little different when we focus on the lower than the lift. Last 2. Last one. Let's add on. We're gonna take our butt back and down to a squat and heels lift. Try to keep chest up, eyes up on the squat. As if you were making eye contact with yourself in a mirror. 4, 3, 2, last one. Let's hold our squat. So from here, oh, we're gonna do one more. Sorry, that was a weird count. We're gonna take it up. Now we're gonna hold the squat. And then from here, we're gonna take our arm, we're gonna bend the elbow, sweep it back, and then push it out in front. Good, so try to keep everything else really still here. Making sure we're not leading with the chest, looks like this. So I want you to keep this really still, everything still for 4. 3, see if you can sit down a little bit lower, maybe wiggle your toes. And then here's our last one. Arm goes out in front. We're gonna do a little pulse down for 3, 2, 1. Reach for the ceiling, heels go up. 3, 2, 1, and up. Remember, you don't have to lift the heels if you don't want to. You can just keep your heels on the floor like this. 3, 2, 1, take it up. 4 more. Here's 3, 2, last one, 2, 1, take it up. We're gonna bring it back down. And then let's grab the ball. We're gonna place it on our inside leg, holding it with the outside arm, chest point straight ahead. So no rotation here. From here, let's press the ball, lift our outside heel. You're staying low in your squat, you're keeping your core bracing. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take the heel back up, and then I want you to just do a little tap back, external rotation, come on words, and in. Somebody help me. So we're gonna go back, external, tap it in. There it is. Remember, we're not letting our hip move here. It's just the thigh. And if you're taking your leg back really straight, it's gonna be a lot harder. So make sure it's just a small step, keeping a bend in your knee. Let's do 4, 3, 2, very last one. And then we're gonna take it back to that little baby step back with a bend in the knee. Let's take it even farther. We're gonna go straight leg, step in, back, and in. See if you can stay down nice and low for 4. Standing leg is on fire. 3, 2, last one. And then let's take it back out. Straight leg, hips are square, pointed straight ahead. We're gonna pick up the bottom of the leg and then tap the toe. Hamstring curl, and tap. So we're in a slight hinge here. Lift, tap. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hold it up. We're gonna flex our foot and then just a little press back, press the ball. So it's not like a lift up, it's a press back. I'm straightening my leg just a tiny, tiny bit, like I wanna stamp my footprint on the wall for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. Good work, friends. Inside foot on your leg. And just sit it back for a figure 4 stretch. All right, and then we are going to place our ball on the floor and grab one weight if you like. Heels are gonna be together, toes apart. So I always like to really make sure my heels are pressed together. That's gonna activate the glutes. And then straight legs to start, little tiny bend in the knees though, so we're not locking the joint on the ball. And then palm forward, roll your shoulders back. Tailbone points straight down. We're gonna lower our tailbone towards our heels, raising the weight to about chest height. And then squeeze your legs together on the way up. Good, you have 4. 3, we add that passe in 2. Last one here, and then let's do it. We're gonna take it down, and then we're gonna lift outside leg and arm, knees bend, rise. Remember to be really mindful that you're not locking your knee joint right here. We're taking that inside leg just a little bit straighter, but try not to hyperextend your joint. Up and land. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, last one, we're gonna hold it here. And then we're going to do that little side body crunch without moving the hips and lower to first. Up, crunch, bend the knees. Try to stop your weight right here at about chest height. Here's 4, 3, 2, last one. We're gonna take it back down and then rotate your palm down towards the floor, shoulders relaxed. And then we're gonna take the arm in front of the shoulder and side. So remember, if you're using momentum, if you're having to swing your weight, I want you to set it down. We don't want to have this movement in our joints. We want to use our muscles. Let's take it forward and then let's give ourselves a little break. We're gonna rise, drop, and side. Tailbone stays pointing straight down, so making sure your butt's not sticking out. And we're not tucking that tailbone under, neutral spine. Let's do 2 more. You got this. Good, last one. Let's take it out to the side, little circle back, and then we're gonna do a little dip with the legs. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. All right, friends, good work. So here is, I'm gonna give you a couple options. If you have your power ring, you're gonna use a power ring. If you don't have a ring, you can hold 2 weights, or you can hold 1 weight in both hands, or you can just do hands to prayer if you like. So lots of options. You don't need special equipment, but if you have a power ring, you wanna dust it off, let's do this. So we're gonna start center of the room, feet in parallel, little soft knees here. So not a big bend, but I definitely have a tiny bend in my knees. And then I'm gonna take my weight just in front of my chest, shoulders down. And then if you're mirroring me, you're gonna get your right leg, and we're gonna extend the right leg, and then I want you to cross it over the midline of your body. So my foot is on the opposite side of my standing foot. So I have a big cross here. We're gonna work inner thighs. And then find a spot on the wall for balance. We're gonna float the leg up, so your toes hovering. And then I want you to keep a pointed toe. We're gonna lift, flex, lower. Point, lift, flex, lower. So it's really, really tiny. We're focusing on the length in the leg. And on the flex, really press through your heel. 4, 3, 2, last one, we're gonna hold the flex, and then I want you to do 2 lifts. We're gonna go up, so we're reaching towards the side of the room, up, and then a side tap. So we're gonna sweep, don't fall over, up, up, side tap, up, up, side tap. So we flex on the sweep, and then 2 little lifts, side tap. Hello, inner thighs. And we're also getting a ton of core work with this balance challenge. Let's do 2 more. Last one, up, up, side tap, and then we're gonna hold it side. We're gonna do a little lift here, and then sweep across, flex the foot. Lift, flex and sweep. Your lift right here, keep it teeny, teeny, tiny so that your hips are not moving. That'll throw off your balance. Up and sweep. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Sweep, and then we're gonna take the leg to the side. So make sure your knees pointed straight ahead. We're gonna just do a little tiny lift and tap. My hips are staying level. If you lift too high right here, see how my shoulders move? It really throws you off balance. So try to keep all this really still for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're gonna step our foot behind our standing glute. I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see. So foot's behind your glute, and then from here, big bend here, slight hinge. I want you to just do a little dip, extend the leg. So really just my back knee is moving. My hips are coming slightly back though as I dip, so I'm keeping my knee behind my toe for 4. 3, try to keep neck in line with spine. 2, last one, we're gonna hold it here. And then I want you to tap your knee in. We're gonna lower the ring by our knees and then back, pull it to chest. In and back. Glutes on fire. You got this. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're gonna add on. So we're gonna bring it in, and then I want you to rise. We're gonna do a little chest press, lower down, step it back. And you don't have to do the arms if it's tripping you up right here. You can just let your arms hang if you need to, or keep your ring at your chest. Actually, that's a better option. If you don't want to move the arms, just keep your ring at your chest. Good, 2 more. Last one. And come all the way up. Good work, friends. So, standing glute on fire. We're gonna switch sides. All right, so feet in parallel to start. Pick a spot on the wall to stare at for your balance, and then soft knees. Keep your hips square as you take this leg out in front and then cross midline of your body. And then we're gonna float our toes up and then keep your toes pointed. We're gonna do a tiny lift, flex lower. Point, flex lower. So as I flex lower, I'm just overlapping my legs. My legs are touching, and then I'm doing that point lift and taking my moving leg just about an inch away from my standing leg for 3, 2, last one. We're gonna hold the flex. We're gonna lift towards your right. We're gonna go up, up, side tap, sweep. Up, up, tap, side, and sweep. So these are really hard because we have this big lateral movement happening with the leg, and we're supposed to keep everything else really still. So lots of stability work happening here. 2 more. Good, last one. We're gonna go up, up, side tap. From here, we're gonna lift and sweep. side tap, and sweep. We're gonna flex our foot right here on the sweep, so you're leading with your heel, and then you point on the left. Good, let's do 2 more, please. Whoop, last one. And then we're gonna bring our leg back to the side. Make sure your knee is pointed straight ahead, and then just a little lift and tap. So that's the thing about balance work. You have to really be focused. I spaced out for a second and completely lost my balance. You have to really be thinking about shoulders over hips. I have a bend in this leg. There's a lot to think about. For 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna step this leg straight back behind your glute. And then I'm gonna hinge a little deeper here. So my chest is about 45. I have a big bend here, and then I want you to just dip your back knee. So little dip and up. Feeling a hamstring, glute in that standing leg, little dip and up. 4, 3, 2. Last one, straight leg. We're gonna tap the knee in. So we're gonna go knee to knee, lower the ring, tap it back, ring to chest. If the arms are tripping you up, I want you to just keep your ring at your chest like this. We're gonna add on in 4, 3, 2. Last one. So we're gonna add on. We're gonna go knee to knee, and then we're gonna go up, chest press, lower down, weight to chest, step it back, up. Good job, you guys. There's a lot going on here. You have 4, 3, 2, very last one. Chest press, and you're done. All right, friends, awesome work. Really good job so far. Let's come down to the mat. So please meet me on the mat and bring just your ball today. Mat work today, we're going to begin with a side lying series, and your ball is going to be optional. I'll show you a few different options for this series. So option 1, if you're wanting to use your ball, you're gonna place your ball under your waist. So think above your hip bone and then in between your hip bone and your bottom rib. So it's just in this nice little nook here, not directly under the rib cage. And then this is gonna be option 1. Option 2, if you feel tension in neck, shoulders, if you're prone to that, I want you to just lay down, and then you can use your ball here for support. So either of those options, feel free to move between those if you need to. So we're gonna lay down, everything else will be exactly the same. So we're going to lay down, and then I want you to stack your hips. So top hip right over bottom hip, and then your knees are gonna be in front of you on a slight diagonal. Legs are gonna be about 3/4 straight. Top hand goes on the hip. I prefer hip to mat because sometimes we get this. So if your hand's on the mat, be really careful that you have a nice open chest, keeping that spine long. And then from here, we're gonna take our top leg. Let's float it up to about, knee is gonna be the height of your hip socket. We're gonna just do a little tiny lift and lower. Being really mindful of our lift and our lower. So we're controlling both directions. It really helps to think about that in your brain, gives you a deeper connectivity. For 4, 3, 2, last one, friends. We're gonna keep our leg really flat. We're gonna take our leg back behind our body and then in front of our supporting leg. So we're doing these little rainbows. And it doesn't matter if you're touching the floor or not. I can't touch the floor in this position, keeping alignment in my spine. So it doesn't matter how low you're going with the leg. The most important thing is the control and keeping your core stabilized so you're not moving around in your torso. Good, let's do 2 more each direction. Last one back. Last one forward, and then we're gonna stack our leg right over bottom leg. So your legs are directly over each other, and then don't move your thigh. We're gonna extend the leg and bend. Give your neck a little wiggle if you feel any tension. For 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're gonna take the leg back out straight, little tiny lifts. Good, so hips are staying stacked, core is bracing, your top thigh right over bottom thigh, little lift. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna do a rainbow here. You're gonna take your legs straight out from your glute, and then we're gonna rainbow right over your bottom thigh. So for a point of reference, you're going in line with shoulders and hips, and then you're going right over this thigh for 4, 3, 2, last one. We're gonna take it back straight in line with your hips and shoulders, little tiny lift. Stretching that leg as straight as you can, little lift. 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it down. Whew. So you're gonna take your leg right over your bottom leg. We're gonna sit up nice and tall and then give that leg a hug. And if you're mirroring me at home, this will be your right leg. So you'll take your right hand behind you with your fingers pointed away from you, long spine, and then we're gonna just take our chin towards our shoulder. Try to keep both sit bones on the floor if you can. And then you can bring your head back to center, unwrap the leg, and we'll get that other side. So we're finding that little space between our top of our pelvis and then underneath our bottom rib, forearm down. You could do head in your hand if you wanted to also. This is kind of good for relieving tension in the neck. And then legs are gonna be on a slight diagonal, about 2/3 straight, and then top hand here or here, but be really careful that you're not rounding shoulders forward. And then we're gonna float our top leg up about the height of your hip socket, and then just a little lift and lower. So we're focusing on the lift and the lower. So we're going up just a little bit, and then I want you to try to stop your knee at hip socket height. Lift, lower. 4, 3, 2, very last one. And then we're gonna do those rainbows. So we're gonna take the leg up and back. So my knee's about straight out from my hip, and then the leg goes slightly in front of that bottom leg. If you can, if that doesn't feel good for you, it's okay if you want to come down right on top of that leg, that is totally fine. 4, 3, trying to keep that leg flat like a tabletop. 2, so your foot's not sticking up or knee's not sticking up. Last one. And then we're gonna take our knee and thigh right over bottom leg. And then from here, we're gonna just extend, bend without moving the thigh. So we're just unfolding the bottom half of that leg to straight and then bending it in. 4, give your neck a little wiggle if you need to. 3, 2, 1. And then let's take it back out to straight, just a little tiny lift. Be really careful here that you're not externally rotating, letting your knee point up. So knee is pointed straight ahead of you. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's hold it here. We're gonna rainbow, legs straight out from the hip and shoulders, and then take your thigh right over bottom thigh. You got this. 4, 3, keep breathing. 2, last one. And then we're gonna take the legs straight out from the hip, little lift. So we're lengthening our spine. We're finding energy out the top of the head. We're lengthening that leg. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, bring it up. We're gonna cross that leg over bottom leg. Try to keep both sit bones on the floor if you can. And then if you have your left leg across, you're gonna take your left hand, palm behind you, fingers point away from your body, long spine, and then we're gonna just bring our chin towards our shoulder. All right, I was dying there and then I got a second wind on the last 4 counts. Love that. And then let's bring your head back to center. Let's do a little diamond leg. So just soles of feet together. Let your hips open. That was a lot for glute medius. So side of your butt, side of your thighs, a lot happening on that last one. All right, and then last but not least, I have a really fun core progression for you. So you can set your ball aside, and then we're going to use just body weight here. So let's come on down. We get to lie down on our back, yay. So couple options. If you want, we're gonna do hands behind the head at the base of your neck. So make sure you're supporting your neck here and you're not just have your hands by your ears. So really use your hands to support the base of your neck. And then from here, we're gonna take our left leg up to a tabletop and then right leg up. And I want you to find a neutral pelvis. So we're neither pushing our lower back in the mat, nor are we arching. And then if you want, you can leave your head down or you can lift your shoulders. So from here, we're gonna keep that tabletop. Let's flex our feet. You're gonna take your right leg, we're gonna just tap the heel and lift. Our objective here is keeping a neutral spine. Good, let's do 2 more. Last one, and then let's add on. So we're gonna tap it down, and then we're gonna take the leg long, another tap, tap short, lift. Good, so I want you to make sure you have a little gap between your chin and your chest. Pretend you have an apple or an orange between your chest, and your gaze is gonna be on your thighs, so not up at the ceiling. Good, last one here. And then from here, we're gonna extend the leg out. We're gonna call this out, and then we're gonna bend, extend up. So press out, press up. Good, making sure we're breathing. Really extending that right here, pressing through the heel. You're gonna get a nice hamstring stretch. Good, let's do 2 more. Keep your elbows wide, last one. And then we're gonna add on. So we're gonna do a little cross body crunch. You're gonna bring your armpit towards your hip, extend it out, and then we're gonna press up. So press out, twist, press out, press up. I always like to think armpit towards hip because it takes the upper body out of it. So we're not just moving our elbow. Good, last one. And then from here, we're gonna just do that crossbody crunch. You're gonna twist, extend. You can always bring this leg down to the floor if you need to. It's a little bit harder having it up in tabletop. Let's do 2 more. Good, last one, let's hold it here. We're gonna take straight leg up, heel goes down, and switch. You can always bring your head down if you need to. You have 3, 2, last one. And then let's bring our feet down. We'll take arms up overhead and then let your knees go wide. I like to take my arms out to the side with palms up. Just take a couple breaths here. So really let your lungs expand as you breathe in, relax your abdominals. Let's do a big inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. And then we're gonna bring the knees together, hands behind the head, just right at the base of your neck. And then we're gonna bring our legs up to a tabletop. So find your neutral pelvis here. And then let's flex our feet. From here, we're gonna take our left leg, we're gonna tap our heel and lift. And remember, if you want, you can keep this foot down if you need a little bit more support. If you feel your back arching, I want you to go here. Good, last one. And then we're gonna add that long tap. So we're gonna tap short, long, short, tabletop. Good, making sure we're breathing. 2 more. Last one. And then we're gonna do those presses. So we're gonna go press out, bend, press up. Press out, press up. Try to get that leg as straight as you can. You'll get a really nice stretch up the back of the leg and your calf and hamstring. Good, try to keep this leg really still or set the foot down if you need to. We're gonna do 2 more. Good, last one. And then we're gonna add that twist. So we're gonna press out and then you're gonna bring armpit towards hip, press out, press up. So it's out, twist, out, up. You got it. Let's do 2 more. Out, exhale, twist, and up. From here, we're gonna just do that twist, press out. Make sure you're breathing. You have 3, 2, last one. And then we're gonna lift the straight leg, tap the bent heel. Bent leg heel, you know what I'm saying. Up and switch. 4, bring your head down if you need to. I felt my back arching, I'm gonna bring my head down. 2 more. Last one. Good, bring it down. Feet down, grab your ball. If you have it handy, roll your ball over. And then, whoops. And then feet on the mat. We're gonna lift our hips up. And then your ball's gonna go under your tailbone. So not low back, but under tailbone. And then we're gonna do some diamond legs here. So soles of feet pressing together, palms up. Just breathe here. Really let your hips open here. Try to relax your abs. And then let's bring our knees together. We're gonna take our right leg out long and then pull your left knee in towards your chest. So gently guiding the knee in, and then we're really stretching, lengthening this right leg to get into our hip flexor. Good, and then we're gonna make sure your right hand is down. We're gonna open our leg out to the side. So think inner thigh up towards the ceiling here. If you want, you can extend that leg. Just really stretching inner thigh. Good, we're gonna bend. Take your knee right over your hip socket, leg goes up to the ceiling, flex the foot, little tiny bend, extend. Like you're stamping an imprint of your foot on the ceiling, just lengthening hamstring and calf for 3, 2, and 1. Let's bend the knee. We're gonna set our foot down. Bend the right leg, left leg goes long, and then take your right knee in towards your chest. We're lengthening this left leg to get into our hip flexor. Good, and then if you like, you can bring your elbow down for support and just open your leg out to the side so your inner thigh points up, and then if you want, you can extend that leg. Really deep stretch for the inner thigh and for the hip flexor on your left side. And then let's bend the knee. We're gonna take your knee right over your hip socket, flex the foot towards the ceiling, little bend, extend. Bend, extend for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bend the leg. We're gonna set the foot down, both feet on the mat, and then gently remove your ball. We're gonna hug our knees in, gently rock side to side. And then let's take heels wide. So my heels are out at the edges of my mat. I'm gonna put my arms down and then we're gonna just windshield wiper. So take your both knees, who said that? Side to side. So massaging out the glutes here, and then this is a really nice way to kind of loosen up the lower back. For 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're gonna bring the feet together and we're gonna gently make our way over to our tummy. We're gonna take our knees out wide to the edge of our mat, bend the knees, and then we're gonna just windshield wiper here. Just massaging out the quads. You can adjust like how wide you want your knees. Those super wide didn't feel good for me today, so I brought my knees in. So just play around with that, see what feels good. Let's do 1 more to each side. And then we're gonna just extend the legs, palms to the mat. We're gonna bring ourselves up, walking the knees wide on your mat. And then you're gonna bring your tailbone down to your heels and just walk your fingertips out. I like to literally walk my fingertips out. So I always think about stretching like my humerus right out of my shoulder socket, creating space in the joint. And then I push my tailbone back, thinking length in the spine, space between vertebrae. And then let's walk our hands over to the left with the right hand on top, and then just push your right hip back behind you. Nice stretch in the right side body and in the left inner thigh. Good, let's walk it to center. We're gonna walk our hands over to the right side, left hand on top, and then we gently press our left hip back. Good, let's walk it to center one more time, and then we're gonna shift our weight forward. Big toes are gonna tuck under, and then let's lift our hips up and back to a down dog. And pedal your heels if that feels good. So heels are sinking down towards the mat. Eyes on your knees for 3, 2, 1. And then we're gonna step, hop or walk feet to hands, hands to feet. Let your head hang, bend your knees a little deeper, weight in the heels. And then just slowly roll up, just one bone at a time. Great work today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the class. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, Angela@thegoodbar.com. I love hearing from you, and I will see you next workout. Bye, friends.